Good evening, everybody and anyone, and welcome to the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup 2026 season, powered by Dick Ray. My name is Twess. Welcome to another wonderful Wednesday evening. I hope you guys are having a good night and have been having a good week since last week. We had some more Rocket League on the table for you here at the Corporate Cup and ready to get into Week 3. We're already in Week 3. We've had two games on stream, lots of games played off stream, lots of other games played on other streams. It's been a full season already so far, and we've been nice and busy. So jumping into Week 3 immediately. We had one group of teams on the table for tonight. We were actually going to check out the title sponsor Rocket League team from Dick Ray going up against the Mellow Fellows, another new corporation this year in the Cup. But unfortunately, due to some scheduling issues, we've had to back it up. We've had to reschedule, and we are bringing in some veterans in a classic matchup tonight. The Henderson Engineers, Henderson Whiffs, going up against WellSky, Reach for the Sky, players that are very familiar with each other, friends outside of gaming and outside of work between corporations, and veterans that have come back to play more corporate cup esports gaming here in Kansas City. So super awesome to have Henderson and WellSky both tonight on the stream. Hope you guys have a great week. The long weekend for those of you that get off work for Memorial Day and those that are remembering people and veterans for Memorial Day and having a good weekend with family and friends. Maybe you went out and did a little camping or went to the lake. Maybe you just enjoyed a long weekend. But whatever you did, I hope you got outside, because what beautiful weather we're having here in the Midwest in Kansas City. The weather is incredible. We've got cool nights and warm, sunny days. It's been great here in Kansas City. So I hope you guys are getting outside a little bit. Go out and touch a little grass. You don't have to play Rocket League the whole time. Enjoy some nice weather here while we've got it before we get into the just brutal summer months that are coming. So welcome everybody tonight. Like I said, my name is Twess. I hope you guys have a good evening watching some Rocket League. We do have lots of information, and I want to quickly, I got a few minutes before the match starts. I got about 8 minutes. I do want to go over some stats and updates from the week, or sorry, from the previous week. Oh, nice. I got updates on my gaming, and I can just click a button. Look at that. Oh, so good. All right, thank you. All right, I'm doing updates in the background. I'm sorry, we're multitasking. Thank you very much to Barl, once again, the broadcast assistant for Rocket League, making it so easy, getting updates on what color is on, or what team is on what color, immediately switching, so shout-outs to that. But yeah, I want to go over some stats really quick. Before we get into it too far, guys, I do want to give a big shout-out. Literally can't do this. Do not get tired of me saying this, because this is the only reason that we get to have events like this and do things like this continually, is because of our sponsorships help, and from all the volunteers that help put together this event, and from all the players and corporations that help support their employees to do this kind of event. So thank you very much to our sponsors. Obviously, our title sponsor, the entire 2026 season, is powered by Dick Ray Heating and Cooling, right here local in Kansas City. I've said it every week, and I'll probably continue to say it. I'm also a tradesman myself. Really cool to see some trades get in and get involved with the esports scene in Kansas City and get their name out there. So super cool. Dick Ray's been around for a long time in Kansas City with a local business here. So very cool to see them interacted. Thank you very much to our title sponsor. As well as one of the teams, or two of the teams we're watching tonight, both Henderson Engineers and WellSky, veterans of the Corporate Cup, as well as sponsoring this season. Thank you very much. As well as Select Quote and putting it all together, Casey Game On, the head man over there, Nick Denner, doing just so much for Kansas City esports and gaming in general, and putting almost the whole thing together for the Corporate Cup. Absolutely incredible. As well as all a shout out to all of our volunteer, or shout out to all of our, I should say, casters, not specifically volunteer. I'll be casting on Wednesday nights for Rocket League. We've got JT that does the cast for Marvel Rivals on Tuesday. Right after this tonight on Wednesday, starting at 8 or immediately following the game, is Smash Ultimate Crew Battles, 5v5 with Cossack and Big M. As well as on Thursday, we've got Devin, with Devin Does Tech, casting some League of Legends this year as well. So full docket all week long, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 o'clock. Right here on twitch.tv/KCGameOn, as well as all the other companies that have come in. Obviously, Dick Ray bringing companies to play and being our title sponsor. We've got WellSky returning, G-Fiber returning, Honeywell returning, Populous returning, Henderson Engineers returning, Select Quote returning, and of course the new one, a couple new ones, Mellow Fellow Boarding and Daycare and Grooming here in Kansas City, as well as Burns and Mac, which is Burns and McDonald, another trade company, another construction company here in Kansas City. So shout outs to the new teams or new corporations coming in and getting in on all the excitement. We've also had some updates where more people have been coming in. I had notes where WellSky had only maybe had 9 players their first year. This year they have 40 employees, 40 players signed up. So it is super cool to see the growth and everybody that's coming back. See some new faces, see some old veteran faces. Very, very cool. So big shout out to all the sponsors, everybody that does the casting, and of course all of the corporations and companies that help put this event together. Super awesome. Thank you very much. Hello world in the chat, yes. Okay, so I've got a quick new feature. It's not fancy, but it is nice. We're going to check out some scores from the last last 3 weeks of gameplay. So here we are, last 2 weeks of gameplay, I should say. So got a quick pop-up here. On week 1, we watched Select Quote versus the Squadron go up against WellSky. Select Quote did the huge reverse sweep. They went down 0-2, came back and won it 3-2. And you can see the other scores here as well. On week 2, we watched Populous go up against G-Fiber in the meme machines. G-Fiber just dominated performance last week. G-Fiber handedly took that one 3-0 against Populous. And you can see some other teams here now as well. So the important ones, we're going to move down here to round 3, which is what we're playing tonight. We're going to be watching Henderson Whiffs up against WellSky Reach for the Sky. But the teams I want to keep an eye on as we move forward right now, Honeywell team 3-0 with a bye this week. So they've won their self spot, 2-0 for the season. Who do they take out? They took out Dick Ray Rocketeers, and they took out G-Fiber. So G-Fiber, who dominated against Populous, and the Honeywell team smacked them out of oblivion here, 3-0 themselves in week 1. So keep an eye on this Honeywell team that's sitting at 3-0 right now, as well as a separate Honeywell team. Go figure, surprise. Honeywell has been dominating in the event consistently. Honeywell, I sold the Porsche, is also 3-0 as they played earlier in the week against the Honeywell Trident, so they already had to play due to some scheduling issues. So the two Honeywell teams went at it. It was 2-0 versus 2-0, and now it is 3-0 versus 2-1 here for Honeywell. I sold the Porsche and Honeywell Trident. So cool event there. And we've got all these other games going on in the background as well. This is the one that we missed out on this week on stream. It was going to be the Mellow Fellows versus Dick Ray Rocketeers. They will have to play later this weekend, just have some scheduling issues, so we'll have to get an update on that. The other one I want to keep an eye on this week in the background, a very good matchup here. Select Quote Squadron going up against G-Fiber in the meme machines. I'm very interested to see who comes out on top of that one tonight. It'll be cool to see if we could get some updated scores before we get going. But very, very cool to see and be able to keep track of all this. If you want to follow all this at home or along the season for the next, how many more weeks we got? We got 9 more weeks. So the next 2 months of info, go to kcgameon.com and check out the tournaments page. You can search for it right there. All kinds of information. We've got a whole list of the participants from every team as well. So if you want to see what ranks people are or who the team captains are. This year, a little bit interesting if you're a veteran of the Corporate Cup. The Henderson Whiffs normally has been led by Ceaseless. Team captain Ceaseless has been the veteran captain year after year. This year, Larry the Fish, who is going by a separate name in game, it'll be Dad Cave RL. So Dad Cave taking over with the moniker at least for Fish, but Larry the Fish taken over as team captain this year. So we'll have to see if anything comes new and interesting from that. We can also see the WellSky players, lots of returning faces, Perry, Wookster, Borderland, all returning players, and I think some new ones as well. Energy, I believe, is new, and Snooker Club, I think, is also new. On the side of Henderson, we've also got Dayton Ducky, Ceaseless, and Larry the Fish, or Larry Fisher lines, Dad Cave IRL, or Dad Cave RL. All of these are veteran players. So we got a lot of veterans, a lot of new faces, and very cool. So please do come check out kcgameon.com. And also keep an eye out for KC Game On number 100 coming up later this year. And information, join our Discord, come hang out. We play games together. Right now, flavor of the month is Pirates with Windrose. If you want to do a Survivorcraft pirate game, it's very fun. Lots of KC Game On people in there playing. And so, yeah, it's super cool. Please come hang out and see, and you can follow along right there at home all season long. So right there on the website. So we might do a quick check-in at the end of the night as well for scores. We'll see if anybody gets updated, but we can throw that away. Right. It's very basic, but I'm very proud of this, okay? It looks clean, I think. It matches. It gets in the way of my face. There's nothing I can do about that. But I am excited that we do have some scores on the board, so very cool to be able to do that. I think I've gotten through all my gibberish. I think you guys are done listening to me. I think you guys are here for some Rocket League. I'm here for some Rocket League as well. Ready to roll, and I believe teams are going to be waiting on me. I already got the game name and password, so let me throw it to a quick AFK screen, BRB screen here, quick, guys, and we'll be right back here at Week 3. It is a best-of-5 series. We're going with Henderson Engineers, Henderson Whiffs going up against WellSky. Reach for the Sky should be a good one. Everybody here that's be playing tonight, I think, is going to be a veteran, or at least they'll have 2 on each team, I think, that are playing that have been here multiple years in a row, so it should be very cool. Don't go anywhere, guys. Quick break as we get settled into the game, and we'll be back here for Week 3, some Rocket League. Don't go anywhere.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, guys, and just like that, we are jumping right into it here. Week number 3 at the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup 2026 season, powered by Dick Ray. We've got the WellSky Reach for the Sky going to be on the left side, blue side tonight, going up against the Henderson Whiffs on the right side. Both of these teams, like I said, been here a lot of years. Companies have been supporting us for a lot of years. Super cool to see him back. And Dad Cave, who in previous years has been Larry the Fish, we'll try to get the name switch, Dad Cave RL, coming in for an early shot towards the top of the post, but it went off a little bit high, and now it's been stalled out here in the middle as everybody tries to gain a little bit of control. Before we get too deep into the match, let's see real quick if we can get a player check-in. We've got WellSky, Energy's Odyssey, Wookster, and Perry. I believe Energy's Odyssey is new this season, unless, again, my memory could just be poor, but I know Wooksters and Perry, both long-term veterans of the Corporate Cup. Love to see them back. They can do some crazy stuff together. And on the side of Henderson, we've got Dad Cave RL, ya boy, 2013. He's trying to get invited, or trying to get on the board right there. Dad Cave and ya boy, they heard my name, or heard me calling out their names, trying to get on the board with a point, and it barely squeaks out. And rounding out the team for Henderson tonight is Perry, or excuse me, not Perry. Perry's on WellSky. Ceaseless for Henderson. I get him a little bit confused because Perry and Ceaseless, both good friends outside of Rocket League. And outside of work, they both hang out quite a bit. I've got some sweet notes from Perry. Shout out Perry for giving me some team notes about players. But they're good friends outside of Rocket League, outside of work. They hang out IRL quite a bit and have been playing Rocket League together for years. So a little bit of friendly rivalry here on Henderson and WellSky, specifically Perry and Ceaseless on opposite teams, but friends in real life. Super cool to see them. Still 2 minutes in, no points on the board. Can't believe it, actually, that nobody's gotten it in. We've seen a couple of opportunities from both teams, and nobody able to drop one in the net right here. Let's see if Ceaseless can make something happen. Coming out of the corner. He's got a wide field in front of him. He spies a couple of teammates to his right. Going to kick it over. Gets it past the first defender. Wookster goes up for a nice save. The defenders got back very quickly there. Perry getting rotated around and wants to keep it out of Ceaseless's hand. Gets the demo onto Ceaseless right there and knocks him out, but Dad Cave going to be there, no problem, gets it cleared back out to the midfield. Nobody able to really get anything set up too much. Everybody just trying to, I want to say just ball touch. There's been a couple of plays, but getting disrupted early, and everybody kind of stalled out here in the midfield. Halfway through game 1 already, 0 points on the board. Oh, and look at this now. Everybody just being patient. Dad Cave and Ceaseless both going after it with a double touch to get past the defenders. It works out a little bit, but they get stuck in the corner. Energy's Odyssey trying to get over Ceaseless, but won't be able to. And it'll stall out in the midfield from a stop by your boy. Shot from Wookster, though, and Dad Cave is there. Rotated back, gets the epic save, and keeps the score 0-0. Ooh, a little bit of a whiff there from Dad Cave. Had an opportunity maybe to juke past the defender, but not able to confirm it. Wookster wants to drop this in front of the net, but he gets booted out of the way by the defender all the way across the field. Perry and Dad Cave both a little bit underneath the ball there, losing control slightly. I'm excited to see as these teams warm up a little bit. I think everybody pretty much hopped onto Discord right as the match started. I think maybe Henderson was on slightly earlier. I don't even know if they got in a practice game or not. This might be the first game for most or everybody here tonight. They weren't practicing in Discord for very long, if they did get any practice rounds in. So I assume the energy will continue to ramp up as everybody gets settled here. There's a shot towards the net, but another great save from Ceaseless to keep Wookster off the board. Down to our last 75 seconds here. Still nothing on the board. This is going to be a quick game one. Energy's Odyssey getting bumped all around, just getting pushed, trying to make anything happen, get the ball out of the corner. Perry rolls that towards the net, but it's going to be way too slow. Gets cleared out, no problem. Last 60 seconds. This could be a one-point game pretty easily. So much good defense right now. If we go to a 0-0 overtime, and then we just play another 5 minutes of no score, it's going to be crazy. And it's not because people aren't taking shots. There's been shots. There's been good team play so far. Just also good defenders and good rotation. Wooks are going to try to get it over the top of Dad Cave. Won't be under. Dad Cave just bulldozes into him and kicks it out into the corner. Energy's Odyssey. There's a good shot towards the middle. It's a little wide right, and there's lots of defenders over there. Everybody playing so cautious right now. Everybody double rotating back on defense. We haven't seen very much aggressive offense. Everybody just kind of taking pot shots when they get a safe opportunity and not pushing out too aggressively. Dad Cave shot towards, great back pass towards the center field. Ceaseless wants to take that one to the net. Will be able to! And with 11 seconds left in game one, Ceaseless finally takes the lead for Henderson. What a great catch. Beautiful angle just to get, it was perfect. I thought it was going to be off the back wall and he had to double touch it, follow it in. No. Great pass, beautiful shot. Henderson on the board. Now only 10 seconds left. WellSky has to do something aggressive now. Great setup by Energy's Odyssey over the top of one defender. Perry's going to be there, but the double defend from Dad Cave and Ceaseless should seal the deal. Just put this one on the ground. Perfect job from Henderson and taking game number one. Great start there from all three players. Let's ready up and make sure they're not waiting on me. Opening point for the match, I should say, goes to Henderson. Whiffs. Not very many whiffs there from Henderson this time. A lot of shots. Look how many shots came out from WellSky. I didn't even realize it was that many. 4, 5, and 3. And then the 9 saves for Henderson. So the offense was there from WellSky. A lot fewer shots coming out of Henderson, but the only one that matters is the one that goes in the net. And they got that one with only 11 seconds left. I do have some awesome facts from Perry. I would like to say Perry has done it year after year, so shout out Perry and WellSky for giving me some facts about the players. Love to be able to have some info while we're hanging out here doing some casting. Perry has been playing all the way in Rocket League since 2016. They got Rising Star, which was in Season 3. It's equivalent to Platinum today, but Rising Star. And, yeah, they play the interesting fact about Perry, regularly plays pickleball with both Ya Boy and Ceaseless, both of those players on the Henderson team. So Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup bringing some people together. Perry watched the Corporate Cup since Henderson joined in the first year, then got WellSky invited to join in the 2024 season. Only had 9 people sign up, and this year WellSky brought 40. So from 9 players from WellSky 2 years ago to the 40-player in all the different games that we've got opportunities for at the Corporate Cup. And Wookster does not want to go down 0-2 in the match. Immediately comes out, 12 seconds in, great shot, just a good read, was in the right position, gets it in front of Ceaseless. I thought Ceaseless was going to be there for the save. Not going to be enough. And now WellSky, early lead here in game number 2. Obviously, oh no! Oh no! Don't show the replay. Skip it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it to him. Skip the replay. It's okay. Skip it. No. Dad Cave and Ya Boy awkward bounce into each other, and Energy's Odyssey, or excuse me, Wookster takes advantage, up by 2, 4:43 remaining, and just like that, WellSky is in the command of game 2. Super unfortunate there for Henderson to have a little team bump and knock each other out of the way. Great save there by Dad Cave. And Wookster's going to come in hot! Just keeping the pressure up on the side of WellSky. The little fake from Energy's Odyssey. Perry with a great shot towards the net. Dad Cave made an incredible save, and it didn't matter because Wookster was there for the follow-up. Hat trick already for the Wookster. Let's jump into Discord here, listen to a little bit of team comms for the Henderson side, see how they're reacting. Oh, no! don't even get through it. They're down by 4 now. What is happening? I'm changing plans. Let's jump into WellSky. Let's see what the energy's like in the time of WellSky Discord.
Oh my god.
That was calculated. I did that show on purpose.
All right, I'll go left. I'll go left.
Calls out the calculated goal.
Okay.
He's there?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
It's under me.
Bumped on.
Nope. Got it.
I'm going back to
Maybe.
goal here.
Hot.
Good team calm. Just staying calm.
Got it.
Stay with it.
Not getting too crazy. WellSky seems like they've warmed up, I would say. It seems like they've warmed up. Once again, WellSky is down 0-2 for the season so far, and it's not looking like it's going to last like that forever. Up by 5 now in Game 2. We went from potentially, actually it had to be, the lowest scoring game we've seen in the Corporate Cup Series. Only 1 point in the last 11 seconds. I think maybe I recall another time when we went to a 0-0 overtime and we had 1 point. But as close as you can get, and then immediately, first 55 seconds, and we've got 5 on the board. On track for the highest scoring game we've ever seen as well. What a great pass! Perry with the assist. Wookster gets the 6 point on the board for WellSky. And what is happening here to Henderson? They've got to calm down. We are going to jump into the Henderson Discord here and see what they sound like on this kickoff.
Welp. All right, right side or left side, but I'm going right.
We're good.
Oh, yeah.
Again, this is Henderson voice comms in the background.
He can't get more than 6 goals.
I want to see it pursue.
Oop,
Help.
my bad.
Nice.
I'm in net. That's full.
That's
Really
not
quiet.
Good.
Not a lot. Staying focused.
Nice save.
It's,
Popping.
There's the good save call out. Dad Cave with an opportunity here. Gets across
Booster.
midfield. Wants to get
Yeah,
over
I'm
the
just
defender.
letting
Won't
you-
be able to. Oh, no.
No.
Shot towards the
No.
net.
Yeah, it's just,
Again.
yeah, we just need to make sure there's somebody in the goal.
Okay.
I'm
At least it
cheating up
wasn't
with
a whoop
Aiden.
this time.
Staying in good spirits, however, it sounds, as WellSky continues to extend their lead now 7-0. It's like a whole other game. It's like we're watching a whole other match from game number 1. WellSky was taking a lot of shots in game 1. We saw that, but the defense was just there from the side of Henderson. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe they need to go back to the defensive play. Oh, there was a double commit, though, by Dad Cave and Ceaseless. Could have backfired on him. Yeah, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe defense was the way to go. A strong defense brings a strong offense. I'm not sure. Wookster wants another shot towards the net. Perry tries to keep it in play, but it goes off the top of the roof. Energy's Odyssey with a shot towards the net. It's too slow, and your boy is there for the clear. Help from Dad Cave to get that one into the corner. Dad Cave going to run this one up the wall. Once it gets over the midfield line, will be able to. It gets taken away by Wookster. Off the sidewall to set up to Perry in the middle, and it's too much angle. It'll be high top left. Wookster setting in front of the net. The double commit from your boy and Ceaseless once again, however. I'm hoping that doesn't come back to bite them. They're going to have to start trusting their teammates to get those saves. And now at halfway through game 2, down by 7. It just doesn't feel good. It feels like an impossible mountain you have to climb. And you potentially start looking towards game 3 in a best-of-3 reset match here. Another shot from Perry. Another save from Dad Cave. Back to the midfield. Going to give that one away to Perry. Your boy going to try to steal it back. Perry with a shot towards the net. It's going to be set up off the back wall. Dad Cave going to be there to disrupt. Passes it right into the hands of Energy Odyssey. It's not going to be a great enough angle, though. Stalls out into the corner. Stuck here in the midfield. Wookster going off the wall, trying to set something up in the middle, but nobody's there to catch it. As we're just kind of going left and right in the midfield, back and forth. Finally gets onto the orange side of the field, into the corner. Dad Cave going to try to stall it out from the back wall, but no. Perry keeps it in play. Wookster gets the demo onto Ceaseless. Open net opportunity, but Dad Cave stalls it out. And nobody able to get a good touch on it here. Back and forth, right in front of the red zone, though, of Henderson's net. And does a good job at defending the aggression and gets away with no more points on the board. It's probably too late here in game 2. Energy's Odyssey with just a great shot. All the way at the top deck, all the way up in the ceiling, over half court. Beautiful read. And a fly up to meet it. Just almost dead center of the net right there. Drops the disco ball. All right, WellSky. Dominating performance here. They came back from game 1. Extremely slow game 1. Only 1 point on the board, and now we're up to 8. Henderson going to have to reset. I'm going to try to jump into Henderson's team comms in the mid-match lobby and see if we can hear any of their strategies, see kind of if they're hyping each other up, or maybe they're just stick to their guns, stay focused. Just it's game 2. It's fine. This is why it's a best-of-5 series. It got away from them too early. But it does feel bad. It does feel bad to only get 1 point in game 1 and potentially not earn any here in game 2. I think Henderson needs to at least score a couple points, put them on the board, remind themselves that they're here to play, here to win, gain that momentum back in their favor. Wooks are going to catch this one in the corner, send it to the midfield. Wants to get it over the defenders, but your boy going to be there. Easy save. Got the demo, though. Where's the follow-up from Perry? And Energy's Odyssey not going to be enough. Perry wants to try to keep it in the net. Wookster going over the top of your boy one more time, but your boy comes up to meet him. Oh, scary as it stalls out in front of the net as well. Last 15 seconds. Come on, Henderson. Get a big boomer across the field. Get one on the point, on the board. I don't think so. They're going to even send it back towards their net. Yeah, 9 points on the board for WellSky. They call out the great pass in the chat from the little, dad cave. I think that one was on purpose. We're going to call that one a great pass. And that is going to wrap up game 2. We're tied up now, 1-1. Let's see if we can jump into Henderson's comms and see if we can listen for just a second. See how they're hanging out. What are they talking about?
Ignore everything else that happened. It's just 1-1. Goals don't
just
carry.
1-1. It's just 1-1.
I might have had to go get a Pop-Tart out of the toaster mid-game.
That's good.
Yeah, so did I. We should have planned that better. We shouldn't have done it at the same time, you know?
I'm just happy Perry has 0 goals.
True, yeah. Let it be noted, Perry 0 goals.
Perry is did not contribute to that win.
Mission accomplished.
A little calling
exactly
out Perry
what we
in the comms. I think they know I'm in here. Calling out Perry with the 0 points after 9 gets scored for their team. And I think Ceaseless and your boy both saying that they went to grab a toaster strudel mid-match. That's why they went down 9-0. So, yeah. Definitely schedule your toaster strudel baking for after the match, not mid-match, to go pick it up. That's how you end up 0-9 against WellSky, apparently. All right, it's brand new, though. We're here in Game 3. It's a best-of-3 reset now. It's all tied up 1-1. So Henderson going to have to settle their nerves, calm down slightly, and get back to some good Rocket League. Look at all the defenders there for the side of Henderson. They're a little bit too grouped up for my liking. I think I would like to see somebody come out and be a little bit more aggressive, time to do a little bit more disruption. We see everybody playing back. They're scared now. They're a little worried. The WellSky offense was so strong in Game 2 that they seem a little bit worried. Perry returning the favor onto Ceaseless from Game 1 after that demo right there. I know those two are going after each other. There's just absolutely no way they're not going after each other. Good friends. Another double or triple commit from Henderson. Works out fine for him yet again, as that your boy gets a huge booming clear. But it does worry me for a little bit for the future. Wookster off the back wall to himself, but gets bumped. Great defense there from Henderson to keep that one out of play. And Dad Cave going to run this one all the way back down the field from the help of your boy. Do we see the bump? Please tell me. Yeah, we do. So they're trying to do shot towards the net onto Henderson, but a great bump from both defenders. Dad Cave reads the rebound, gets in front of Energy's Odyssey, and takes it away. Henderson up 1-0, just over a minute into game number 3. Ooh, Perry got on top of the kickoff there, and Ceaseless missed it, so a little bit of a whip. Perry was able to pick up the midfield boost. Not going to be able to get there in time as it gets cleared out. But a little bit scary there for Henderson. A little bit of a misread as WellSky was set up very well off the kickoff there. Perry trying to get past your boy, but won't be able to. Energy's obviously going to have to do it for him. Playing a little bit of ping pong here, back and forth, into the hands of Wookster, out of the corner, going to try to roll towards the midfield, but Ceaseless going to stall it back out. Ceaseless going to try to get it past Perry. Perry going to be a shot towards the net. The save from your boy clears it towards midfield. How many saves does your boy have? Oh, I should have checked stats. I did not look at stats well enough in Game 2. We had a 1,000-point leaderboard, 9 points on the board. I didn't check how many saves there were. So far right now, your boy just with the 1. Everybody just hop-skipping over each other right here, trying to get some traction. Wookster shot towards the net. Nobody's there. It's going to be high. Ceaseless went up for it. Didn't matter. Wookster was there for the follow-up, but your boy got in his way. Great positioning from your boy there and a great read as well, knowing that Wookster was trying to follow that in and getting right in front of him. See if we can drop in on some team comms here. WellSky right now down by 1 in the game. Dad Cave with a great save. Gets it cleared out. Let's listen to what WellSky has to say.
Yeah, he's got to get around me.
Whoops.
Oh,
yeah, it's off.
sorry.
No!
Oh,
Oh, man.
I was gonna
I
hit it in the
saved
corner.
it.
That's on me.
Oh, and almost excited about it, but down by 2 now. Dad Cave getting credit for the goal there. Good play from Henderson. Now is in control of game number 3 and could put themselves in a big position going into game 4. Winner of this game will have a lot of momentum going into game 4. Going down 0-1 feels way, way less scary than going down 1-2. Being only 1 game away from the match loss adds a lot of stress. But it seems like Henderson has found their feet now, has matched up against the side of WellSky. They didn't go pick up any toaster strudels mid-game this time. Wookster, though, shot towards the net. Cesis was there with a good save. Perry going to try to keep this play alive. Beautiful drop right towards the mid, right in front of the red zone, but Dad Cave going to clear it out. Your boy going to follow. Into the corner, but it gets stalled out by the defenders from WellSky. Dad Cave shot up off the roof, going to follow it off the back walls. Anybody there for the follow-up? Your boy was, but he whiffs it. Energy's Oddisy's going to try to run this back down the field. I can't say that name fast. Energy's Odyssey. But nothing going to come of it. WellSky still down by 2. Time ticking off quickly. 80 seconds left. Dad Cave shot all the way clear. It's going to be off the back wall. Looking for a pass towards the center. Wookster got the demo onto Ceaseless, though. Could have been coming in for a hot shot. Wookster shut it down early. I've seen a couple attempts so far at the demoing the goalie defenders. I think, oh, great save from Dad Cave. Squeaks it out of the bottom right corner. We've seen a couple of people go for demos on the defenders. I think it could be working really well in favor of WellSky. We've seen Henderson kind of hang back in the net a little bit more and staying a little less mobile, a little bit more susceptible to the goalie demo. See if WellSky tries to take advantage of it. Perry going up for a shot here. Gets it over one defender, but it's off to the right, and your boy's just going to keep it in the corner. 35 seconds left. Father time in favor of Henderson right now. Trying to go up 2-1 in the match as we run into game 4. 25 seconds left. Dad Cave with a great catch into the corner. Ceaseless going to keep that one out in front of the net. Energy's Odyssey wants to make a play here. Sets up towards Wookster. Wookster with a shot, but no, it's going to be stalled out by the defender in the midfield. Last 15 seconds, and WellSky's time is running out. Shot towards the net for Wookster. Dad Cave keeps it out of the net one more time. And I think that is going to be enough. I just don't think there's going to be enough time on the board. Dad Cave wants to get one more point, but it's not going to do it. And Henderson is going to take the match lead 2-1 as we move along into game number 4. Great match so far. Knew this one was going to be close. Back and forth. Dad Cave, RL, which in previous season has been Larry the Fish. Prominent veteran here with your boy and Ceaseless. Getting the MVP. 2 shots going in. Or excuse me, 2 goals going in. 100% accuracy. Look at Wookster, however. Wookster here with 6 shots. None of those going in. Most of the saves coming from your boy and Dad Cave. Ceaseless getting in there as well. No credited saves for the side of WellSky. Very interesting. Only 2 shots and 2 goals. So not very much offense for the side of Henderson, but when they shoot, it counts. And they're going up with a 2-1 lead. All right, opportunity here for Henderson to end this match right now and take themselves 2-1 for the season going into week 4. WellSky still trying to get their first win of the season. WellSky, a very strong team. Like I said, they've got 40 players signed up for the Corporate Cup this season throughout different games, so plenty of deep roster. Struggling so far early here in the 2026 season. Let's see what they do here for Game 4. I would like to note that I mentioned all the time because it's very cool to have this many returning players come back. Perry immediately takes the words out of my mouth, though I can't even get through the intro. WellSky on the board. Are they scripting this? Are Perry and Ceaseless working together to script a very entertaining match? Because immediately 8 seconds out, again, this is a reminding feeling of Game 2. Henderson going to have to stem the bleeding right now. Don't let it get away from him again. Or do and send us to a Game 5. I'm fine with that too, to be honest. The returning players, however, like I was trying to say, if they put another one in the net while I'm doing it, I'll just stop trying to talk about it. But I think the skill ceiling of the Corporate Cup has gone up a ton. We've seen lots of teams come and go in their dominating performance. Honeywell has been a returning favorite year after year. Henderson Engineers has been up there and taken the title and been in the top spot. WellSky has been a dominating team. But I think everybody has increased dramatically. I think if you put the worst team up against the best team from the first season, it would be a much closer match than you would expect. Everybody been getting better here in Kansas City at Rocket League. 4 minutes left here for game 2. Henderson doing a pretty good job at stifling WellSky, not letting him get pulled ahead. At this point in game number 2, I think there was already 4 or 5 points on the board. So doing a good job here playing defense. Just need to get their offense rolling once again. How's the shots looking out this time? Okay, not as many shots so far for either team. Still early in the game. I was curious if Henderson's accuracy will stay up. 100% accuracy with only 2 shots by 1 player and both of them goals was an interesting stat for me. Maybe just being cautious and only taking shots toward the net when they have the opportunity. Wookster gets a stall right to the edge of the net, keeps it out from in front. Energy's Odyssey wants to run this one down the field, but won't be able to. Gets stolen away by Dad Cave. Wookster reads it off the wall. Shot towards the top left corner, not going to be enough. Energy's Odyssey keeps it in play, sets it up for Perry. Perry looking for the smackdown. Not going to be enough as it goes off to the right. Wookster tries to keep the play alive. Now it'll be the follow-up from Energy's Odyssey. And finally, the ball drops. As just the unrelenting offense from WellSky, shot after shot after shot, and the defense can't rotate well enough. WellSky up by 2. If you guys are watching, let me know in the chat who you're rooting for. Got OJX without Pulp. Shouting out Henderson. Anybody else here? First-time watchers checking out the Corporate Cup, maybe for the first team, maybe you're veterans. Who are you guys wanting to win? Right now, Henderson in the lead 2-1, but WellSky trying to take us to a game 5. 3 minutes left. Nice clear there from Wookster to get it across the line, but it gets stalled out in the midfield. Wookster and Cease is going to go at it. Energy's Odyssey rotated back perfectly, though. Trying to get the clear, but it gets stalls out onto WellSky's corner. Dad Cave shot towards the net! Out of nowhere! Let me see the replay on this one. Just a setup into the corner. Wookster wants to clear it. Ceaseless gets in the way. Dad Cave takes the opportunity. Gets it between 2 defenders. Perry was almost there. Great shot. Henderson brings it back within 1 halfway through game 4. Demo onto Perry. Defender down, but it's going to be stalled out long enough. It should be respawned back in. Plenty of time. Perry. Oh, I thought that one was coming towards us. I misread that one on the camera angle. It's off wide to the right. Cross towards the midfield. Perry trying to catch this one. Is able to catch it softly. Wants to juke. The defender gets past 2. Make it 3! Perry with a beautiful play. Awesome backpacks from Wookster. Great catch by Perry. Jukes it over. All 3 defenders out and around to the right side. Nobody able to get there in time. Great play from Perry. Up by 2 now again. 3-1 in favor of WellSky. 2:07 remaining. All right, WellSky trying really hard to take us to a game 5 and get their first win of the season. There's going to be some teams this season that are 0-3. WellSky doesn't want to be one of them. I should say the week's not over. We've got, I guess we have one team that's 0-3. Am I crazy? No, I am crazy. So after this week, there's a potential. Maybe not. We could have no more winless teams after this week. Perry going closer and closer to that game 5. Good pass from Energy's Odyssey here, just in front of all the defenders. It's right with them. That right there, I think, was a pretty good example of what I've seen so far from Henderson, where they're just over-committing on defense. I don't want to say they're playing scared on defense, but they're playing much slower on defense for sure. And they're kind of double-committing. That was a triple commit. Obviously, they didn't get there anyway, but that's kind of what I've been seeing so far from Henderson that worries me a little bit as we get closer and closer to this Game 5 in the tiebreaker game. WellSky once again kind of running away with it, up by 3 now, 75 seconds left. Looking very, very good. Henderson, both their wins have just kind of squeaked by slightly. They haven't been dominating. They've just been getting the points when they need them. Last 60 seconds. Got 20 seconds per goal here for Henderson. Ceaseless and Perry both getting a shout out in the chat from Shooter Guy. So not picking a side, shouting out players from both teams here. Like to see that, Shooter. Just here to support some buddies, playing some Rocket League. What do you do? Ceaseless wanted to get a nice clear around the corner, but Wookster got a good stall, kept it in play. In the last 30 seconds here, once again, time in favor of WellSky. That was going to be a beautiful catch from Perry. He wanted that one to just soft touch in, but a good defense there from Henderson once again. Saw the double commit, however, though. They're not quite trusting each other to handle the saves by themselves. Everybody they're just playing the safe game. They're saying we're both going to go for this, we're both going to get the save, and we're going to make sure that the points don't go in, the ball doesn't go in. Last 10 seconds. That should pretty much wrap it up. And we are going to our second Game 5 of the year. What a great match here from Henderson and WellSky. We expect nothing less from the veterans. They're going to keep this one in the air as long as possible. And there's the final victory. WellSky ties it up 2-2 in this best-of-5 series. Right now, I think WellSky's the favorite. I think if you're a Henderson fan, I think you gotta give him some of your energy. You got to start channeling that spirit bomb if you're a Henderson fan. The win in Game 1 squeaked by. Last 11 seconds, got 1 point on the board. Game 3, it was 2-1 or 2-0, I think. But it didn't feel very much like they were in command. It kind of felt like they got a couple of close scores and then just held on while they could. Game 2 and Game 4 both handily, I would say, go in favor of WellSky. Game 2 especially. So I think if you're a Henderson fan, you need to give him some energy. WellSky trying not to go 0-3 in the season. Let's not make him wait any longer. Let's get into it. Game 5. Not going to make him wait. Let's hop in. Shooter Guy in chat says they're both my bros. That's legit, man. That's super cool. Yeah, Perry was telling me that Perry friends with Ceaseless and ya boy, both teammates, or both players, I should say, from the opposite team. Super cool to see the Corporate Cup bring some people together like that, meet some new friends over the years, especially when they come back and play against each other again. That's got to be such a fun week. They've got to just be waiting for this week to come up now every season. All right. Good news for Henderson. WellSky did not score. Uh-oh. That was almost a caster's curse. I'm so sorry. Good news for Henderson. WellSky did not score in the first 10 seconds this time, and that was their downfall both in Game 2 and 4 where they lost. So holding on strong here for Henderson. The longer they go without points on the board, I think it favors Henderson, honestly. I think if they can keep the rotations up and keep good defense, I think lower scoring games we've seen will be in the favor of Henderson. Good shot from Dad K, but Wookster gets barely underneath it, which is playing that air defense the whole time and just squeaks it off the top post. Shooter Guy calling for it. Says your boy is going to step up. Going to have a great game here. Let's do it. Wookster cleared towards the middle. Your boy right here, Shooter. Here it is. Back shot, or off the backboard. Shot towards the net. And Wookster gets the clear. Came out of nowhere to get that save. Energy's Odyssey wants to run this one all the way back down the field, but Dad Cave has something to save about it. Here's your boy over the top of Wookster. Half a tank of boost. Perry gets the stall, though, in the middle. Shuts the offensive play down immediately. 3:30 remaining. Still 0 points on the board. Perry shot towards the net. It's a little bit too high. No defender needed there for Henderson. Got away with one. Perry giving what a save and great pass in the chat. Yeah, it was a great pass. And that top post did make a great save. 3 minutes left. Ceaseless set it up right in front of the net. Energy's Odyssey wants to clear this one out. Whiffs it a little bit, but nobody going to be there for the follow-up. Ceaseless going to try to catch this one on his side of the field. Wookster going to set towards the middle. Beautiful soft drop right in front of the net. Perry with a shot, but it'll be high once again, and Ceaseless clears it out to the corner. If Perry could just get a couple feet of drop on either one of those shots, they'd be in the lead right now, and off the left post, but there it is! Wookster follows that one in, and great offense coming out from WellSky, and finally the ball does go in. 1 point on the board, 2:44 remaining. Defenders not quite rotated out there. And here's what I was talking about. I'm looking at it again. Look at the shot counter. Only 1 point on the board for WellSky, but already has 7 shots towards the net and only 2 shots towards the net for Henderson. So just the amount of offensive pressure coming out from WellSky is just much higher than Henderson. But Henderson, when they shoot, they make it count. There's another good save from your boy. Going to be 1v1 against Energy's Odyssey in the midfield. Just stalls out. Perry Booming pinch off the right side. Ceaseless takes advantage of it, but Wooks are going to be there for a great rotation. WellSky doing so good at rotating back on defense and not over-rotating, not over-committing. I've seen that just positioning from WellSky looks so solid. Henderson keeping up with him, no problem, as we've seen as we're here in Game 5. But Henderson seems a little bit more clumped together. Dadcave has to get the save here. Will be able to. Rolls Wookster into the side or into the corner. 2 minutes now. WellSky up by 1. Great set in front of the net. Oh, but it's bad. It was on the wrong side of the field. I was misreading that, but gets it cleaned out. So good push through there from Wookster to get that one out of harm's way. Dadcave with the steal, going 1v1. Gets it past Energy's Odyssey. It's over the top of Perry, but Wookster gets underneath it with a stall. Wookster over the top of Dadcave. Wants to run this one down to the net. Will be able to. And that is a scary point for Henderson now. A minute 32 left. What a great play. Picks up the corner boost. Gets it over the top of 2 defenders. And that was kind of an example, I think. We saw both Henderson defenders go up for that ball. They wanted to get the save early, but a slight miscommunication. I think only one of them should have gone, and one of them could have been there for the second chance defense. There's Dadcave, though, with a good save off the kickoff, not to give away a third one. 80 seconds, plenty of time to come back from the 0-2 deficit here. Wookster, though, is going to make it 3 with the hat trick. Wookster been the MVP of the night so far for WellSky. 6 shots on net, 3 of those going in. I think Wookster also was the 1,000-point scorer earlier when I skipped through the score screen too quickly. So Wookster the MVP here for WellSky. All right, now it's tricky. I was saying 80 seconds, plenty of time for 2 points. Well, 75 seconds better be enough as well, because a little bit of a mistime there. Yeah, what was the mistake here? Somebody looked like a controller disconnected or something almost. Oh, no, just awkward. Just the wrong direction momentum there for Energy's Odyssey. Off to the left side. Sneaks the shot in back behind him. All right, 75 seconds left for Henderson. Point on the board, down by 2. There's a shot towards the net once again, or from your boy, and Wookster gets credit for the save. There's one from Dadcave, and they bring it back within 1. 2 points on the board within 10 seconds of each other. And that's how Henderson comes back. 65 seconds left. WellSky holding on to a 1-point lead, trying to get their first win of the season here in Week 3 in Game 5. Pinch off to the sidewall. Perry going up for this one. Sets it towards the orange side of the field. Cecil's going to be up over the top. Where's the follow-through? There's Perry going to chase it down. It's going to be set up right in front of the net. WellSky wants to follow this one, but not going to be able to. Wookster out of position, and the defenders do come in for Henderson. Your boy going to get the clear across. 45 seconds left now for Henderson. I don't expect WellSky to slow down at all. A 1-point lead is not enough. I expect them to try to push a big offense here and secure the victory. Wookster shot towards the net just like that. Defenders not in position for the side of Henderson, and with 33 seconds left, WellSky has taken a 2-point lead. And I said defenders weren't in position. Kind of got bumped out of the way there. I wish I could have seen that replay again. I was checking something else off screen. But a great offensive play working together there for WellSky. 30 seconds left, 2 points. Doable, yes. Tough, extremely. Dadcave wanted to close it back within 1. Cease is going to try to keep this play. No, flips out of the way. Your boy going to have to reset this one. Get it out of the corner. Energy's Odyssey and Wookster are going to be able to take this one all the way downfield. 15 seconds. WellSky just needs to hold on for their first win this season. And they're going to put a tie record against their opponent. They're both going to be 1-2. The last 6 seconds, and it looks like WellSky is going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to score 2 points in 1 second. Great save from Perry, or from Wookster. Kind of got a save on himself. He got such a good save, it flip-flopped the sides of the field for me. Wookster actually saved the shot from Perry, so maybe a little bit accidental. And that is going to do it, though. Officially, WellSky is going to take it in a 3-2 victory, taking us all the way to Game 5 in such a close match, all the way through. Like notes overall, WellSky's offense was crazy. Look at this once again. 15 shots on net for WellSky on the scoreboard. A lot more this time for Henderson. 5 just from Dadcave themselves. So a lot more shot opportunities from Henderson, but I think the overall story arc of the night was WellSky playing quicker and more aggressively, trusting their teammates with the good rotations. Henderson playing a little bit slower, a little bit more grouped up. But we saw they made the shots when they counted. Their accuracy much higher. What a great game we saw there. Or great match we saw. What a great match. Super, super cool. All right, we've got some updates here. Let me see how quickly the scores on the website are going to update. GG's to WellSky for taking that. Let me see if I can pop this up real quick. Do a little one of these and a little one of those. Oh, we've got live updates. G Fiber and the Squadron scoring coming in. G Fiber took it 3-0. G Fiber takes it 3-0. We've got up-to-date live Discord scoring. So 3-0 for G Fiber going up against the Squadron. That's going to send the Squadron down to 0-3. But we saw WellSky obviously won this one, so that's going to put WellSky and Henderson tied up, at least this WellSky team tied up at 1-2. And no other scores have come in yet so far. But G Fiber takes Squadron in week 3. 3-0. That'll put G Fiber 2-1 and Select Quote unfortunately at 0-3, starting off tough here in the Corporate Cup. I want to do one more quick shout out, guys. Thank you very much to all of our sponsors that help put this event together. We cannot do events like this anywhere, actually, but in Kansas City specifically for us. This is the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup 2026 season, powered by Dick Ray. Thank you very much for being our title sponsor and coming out and supporting and bringing some teams this year for the first time that you guys have come out. Super cool. Also, big shout out to Henderson Engineers, Select Quote, and WellSky, bringing multiple teams to multiple games for multiple years in a row and sponsoring the Corporate Cup. Once again, thank you guys very, very much. And big shout out to KC Game On, repping my KC Game On jersey. Probably will be doing it all season. It's one of my favorite esports gaming shirts I have. It's great. I love it. Got the custom number and custom logo. Got the custom name on the back. Super cool. Thank you very much, KC Game On, for putting those all together. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had a great night. Shooter Guy, Juiciest, nice to see you in the chat. Thank you guys very much for watching. This is the Kansas City Corporate Esports Cup 2026 season. My name is Twess. Thank you guys all very much for watching. In about 15 minutes, come right back. We're going to have Smash Brothers Ultimate Crew Battles 5v5 casted by Cossack and Big M. So be sure to come check that out. And come back tomorrow night as well, Thursday at 7 o'clock. We've got League of Legends with Devin Does Tech. Thank you guys all very much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday night. And we'll see you next week here at twitch.tv/KCGameOn for more Corporate Cup. Have a good week.